Let's do other stories now because the teacher unions have suspended their service effective today. And one of the reasons is that they're opposing the appointment of Dr. Nkansah as the Director General of the GES. My colleague Summer Kojo Brace joins me live with more. Kojo, what can you report?
Mabs, so the teacher union at the pre-tertiary level, they beginning today, they are not going to teach. They have laid down their tools because they don't agree to the appointment of someone they describe as a banker, Dr. Nkansah, as the Director General of the Ghana Education Service. According to them, since the creation of the Education Service, all the people who have been appointed as Director General have been people who are educationists. They say that 6 of the people who have held that position were professors. The remainder were people who had risen up the ranks through the Ghana Education Service. Now, they also allege that some people who had risen through the ranks had applied for the position with some qualifications that the Education Ministry rejected as not being qualified enough. Why are they then accepting someone who has similar or same qualifications? Now, I have with me here one of the leaders, Kim Ali Awutu, who is the president of CCT, the Consent Coalition of Concerned Teachers, with me. Steve, the question is, why would you stop teaching kids because of someone's appointment?
Thank you very much. Remember that in every organization, institution, even if it's a company or factory, the well-being of that institution most of the time depends on who leads. That single person who is the CEO, the managing director, the boss, carries the institution along. So if you don't have the right person as the boss of an institution, the entire institution will go down. If the head is rotten and the heart is not good, forget about the rest of the body. So the Director General of Ghana Education Service is coming to superintend over 350,000 teachers who are all educationists, who are all professionals. He is coming to superintend over 280 directors. Remember, we have over 260 district directors of education. We have 60 regional directors of education. Then when you come to the head office, we have Director Secondary Education, Director HR, is coming to superintend over all of them. All these directors are educationists who have gone through the mill and have done other courses for them to get where they are. How can the person who is coming to lead them knows next to nothing about education and brought to lead them? How is he going to even do the work?
But this person is someone whom the Education Ministry has stated continuously that he has taught for a longer time than you say. He's taught in the university before. He's been at the Education Ministry for some time. He's really gone through the ranks in the education sector. Really, doesn't matter his qualification if the employer thinks that or knows that he has the capacity to really help him accomplish his vision of transforming education in Ghana?
Thank you very much. First of all, we don't believe he has the capacity. And I've said it time and again that the Minister for Education, Dr. Yawose Duchum, should stop throwing that into the eyes of the public. At the Conference of Directors of Education, the Minister of Education mounted platforms and said things that were untrue. For example, he said that Dr. Nkansah led the negotiation for the 15% COLA that is being enjoyed by public sector work. Organized labor is even angry about this pronouncement. 2, the fact that somebody once taught in the classroom does not make the person education. And the Minister for Education knows that. Somebody teaching at the primary before, or at the SHS before, or teaching at the university before, does not mean that the person has done education. You should have done education. That is why when you come to GES, we have people that we call them pupil teachers. You get it? So even if you are a graduate, but you have not done education, and for want of teachers, the scarcity of professional teachers, you are employed. We give you the name pupil teachers or pupil teacher. At a point in time, the name started becoming demeaning. So it was changed from pupil teacher to non-professional. So we have brought you into the system because of a necessity. When professional teachers come in abundance, will be removed. So if Nkansah once taught in a primary school, and so what? Remember, a lot of our SHS students, when they leave school, they go and teach. So that person will one day rise up and say that I once taught in a primary school somewhere, and so that qualifies me to be the Director General of Ghana Education Service. When you go through the CV of Dr. Nkansah, he's not read education anywhere, not one. No diploma in education, not a state, no postgraduate diploma, no bachelor of education, no master of education, nothing. The Minister of Education reported to the President that the set of skills of Professor Christopher Mankwa is no longer needed, it's no longer relevant in the management of education. And if somebody who has gone to Wesley College of Education and has done education up to the level of PhD, the minister could say that his set of skills are not relevant in the management of education. Then you go and appoint somebody who knows next to nothing about education to come and manage the affairs of education. Then the set of skills of Dr. Nkansah, that one is, if there's a word beyond irrelevant, that is what you have to take. If that of Professor Christopher Mankwa is
Dr. Matthew Poko, who was your minister some time ago, has not done education anywhere.
That's the mistake people are making. For minister, anybody at all can be minister, except the Attorney General who needs to be a lawyer. What do ministers do? They come and convert the manifestos of political parties into policy. And then the technocrats in the ministry, they implement it. So the ministry is a policy formulator. But the Ghana Education Service is the implementer of the policy. The person going to implement the policy must know what he is doing. You understand what I mean? So for the ministry, there's no problem there. Anybody can be appointed to be a minister. So far that particular person is educated enough to a certain level, no problem. But when you come to Ghana, for example, how can you appoint somebody to go and stand in the classroom and teach? Teachers implement the policies of the Ministry of Education. And the person going to stand in the classroom and teach cannot just be anybody, must be somebody who has been trained to offer that service. So when you come to Ghana Education Service, it's a body of professionals. And for you to be a member of that body of professionals, there is one thing you must do, and that is education.
Well, but the DG is only providing leadership. And that's something that, I mean, people who have the will and who have really been there can do.
You cannot relevantly lead a group of professionals if you do not understand what they are about. For example, can we just appoint anybody at all to go and lead the General Legal Council and the person is not a lawyer? Can you appoint a non-pharmacist to go and lead Pharmacy Council? Can you appoint a non-medical doctor to become the boss of the Medical and Dental Council?
Well, but in your agreement, has it been stated anywhere that you can go on strike because of the appointment of someone as DG?
In our collective agreement, as we said in our press release we just did, it is stated there that the rank of the Ghana Education Service starts from senior superintendent 2 and goes through senior superintendent 2 through principal superintendent to assistant director to deputy director to director 2 to director 1 to director general. So the director general is part of the ranking system of the Ghana Education Service, and it is now a collective agreement.
But it doesn't say that you can be DG only when you've risen through the rank, does it?
No, the presidents of the land have the right to promote. So as I stand here, as an assistant director, the president can appoint you to the position of director general. So you have been promoted. But you cannot promote somebody who is already not in the profession.
But Professor Mankwa was not he was in education, but he was not at the GES level. He was
Professor Mankwa is in the profession. Do you know what? Professor Mankwa went to Wesley College. After that, he taught at the basic level. He did his first degree, taught at the secondary level, did his master, did his PhD, and then went to the university. So before he will go to the university, he has been in the pre-tertiary stage, so he has a rank. It's just as simple as that. And he is also an educationist. As we said in our press release, from 1974 to date, some 17 or so director generals have been appointed, out of which about 5 or 6 were professors. Those professors were not in the Ghana Education Service at the time of the appointment, like Professor Biyo Kufi. They were appointed from academia. Remember, as I stand here as an educationist in Ghana Education Service, I can do further studies. And when I attain PhD, I can decide to go and be a lecturer at UCC. But I'm an educationist, so I can be appointed to an institution.
Will you be happy if medical doctors go on strike because a non-medical person has been appointed as the Director General of the Ghana Health Service? Will you be happy yourself if you go to hospital and they say doctors are not there because of that?
Now, as I've said earlier, a group of professionals must be led by one of them.
Will you be happy if that happens in the medical profession?
Why not? If that is what their system is. Why not? Look, as I said earlier, leadership is everything. Leadership is everything. And when you are coming to lead a group of professionals, the professionals must see you as one of them. Okay. The professionals will not be happy for you to go and bring somebody who knows next to nothing. And this thing, we will not allow you to control to happen in the Ghana Education Service. Okay.
That is my colleague Samuel Kojo-Brace speaking to some leaders of the teacher unions who have suspended their services effective today as they oppose the appointment of Dr. Eric Nkansah as the Director General of the Ghana Education Service. You're still watching JoyNews Desk. We're going to take a quick breather. We'll be back with more.